Hello students, welcome to La Excellence IAS Kalam program, a GS Mains Answer Writing Initiative. This is season 2 and episode 39. Let us look at today's question. The question says, examine the provisions of the intellectual property rights policy in India. What are the challenges associated with it? Suggest measures for improving the regime. This question is from General Studies paper 3, from Science and Technology topic, and from the subtopic of IPR related issues. This question is for 10 marks and we have to write the answer in 150 words. Let us look at some of the prerequisites required to answer this question. One should be aware of what is meant by IPR. What do you understand by intellectual property rights? These are the rights which are given to people for their inventions or for their literary works or artistic works, so that they will be having monopoly over these works for a specified time period. Okay, so these are the rights given to those people for their inventions, literary or artistic works, and they will be having monopoly over these works for some time. So you should have an idea about what is meant by IPR, and then you should also be knowing about the national IPR policy, the various acts which have been enacted. For example, the Copyrights Act, Indian Patent Act of 1970, Geographical Indication Regulation and Protection Act of 1999. There is also a national IPR policy of 2016, under which institutionalization of the process was done, and a specialized cell known as CIPAM, that is Cell for IPR Protection and Management, has been created under DIPP. Also, you need to know some of the specific issues which are associated with IPR policy, like evergreening, that is the section 3D of Indian Patent Act. Also, there are some other issues like compulsory licensing and data exclusivity, because of which Western countries contest that India's IPR regime is weak, and as a result it is responsible for decreased foreign direct investments as well as technology transfers. Also, IPR regime is being cited as one of the reasons responsible for slowing down of the free trade agreement negotiations between India and European Union. If we look at some of the value addition points that could be written in this answer, just now I have told you that because of weak IPR regime, there is an impact on the free trade agreements, also impacting foreign direct investments and technology transfers and overall trade. These impacts, if you have any facts or figures associated with it, you can quote here. Also, the rankings in the Global Innovation Index or ease of doing business can be written as value addition points to this answer. Coming to what is to be avoided while writing this answer, I would say better not to go into the finer details of various types of intellectual property regimes. For example, trademark, geographical indication, copyright, what is product patent versus process patent. There is a tendency to write about these because we know about these or we read about these quite often. But try to avoid these because the question is asking about the provisions of IPR policy in India and the challenges associated by it. So if you start writing about the various details of various types of IPR, you will not have sufficient place to address the question. Let us now see how to write the answer in the introduction, body and conclusion format. I think the best way to introduce this answer would be by writing a definition of what are intellectual property rights, which we have already discussed, and in the body part, because the question is quite clear and simple, you can write the body in 3 subparts. First thing about the provisions of intellectual property rights in India, and in the second part writing the challenges associated with it, and in the third part you can write suggest some measures for improving the regime. Coming to the conclusion, you can write that with a stronger intellectual property regime, we can attract technology transfer as well as investments, and so the need of the hour is to improve the IPR regime in India. Something like that would do a good conclusion. It should have optimism, it should reflect optimism. Though we are mentioning about challenges in our answer, despite these challenges, if we make certain changes to the regime, it could prove to be helpful. So something like that which is reflecting optimism has to be written as a conclusion. Let us now look at a sample answer. So this person writes, Intellectual property rights are the rights given to persons over the creation of their minds, that is inventions, literary and artistic works, and to symbols, images, etc. used for commercial purposes. This we have already discussed. And symbols, images, etc. for commercial purposes, we have got trademarks as well as geographical indicators. Okay, geographical indication status. These are used for commercial purposes. Let us see what he writes further. He has written a representation of India's IPR policy, and in that he is writing, India is a member of World Trade Organization and is committed to TRIPS. What is TRIPS? It is trade related aspects of intellectual property agreement. This is an agreement which guides the intellectual property laws throughout the world. So India is committed to TRIPS as well as it is a member of World Trade Organization. He then writes, it is also a member of WIPO, which is World Intellectual Property Organization, and to the Paris Convention for the Protection of Industrial Property. This is a convention for protection of industrial property rights. Okay, so India is party to both these things. National IPR Policy 2016 to strengthen institutional mechanism and legislative framework for implementation of Patent Act 1970. So, as mentioned about Patent Act of Indian Patent Act of 1970, he has also mentioned about National IPR Policy of 2016. So, has written densely in these 3 points. Let us see what he writes further. Despite improvement in Global Innovation Index to 52 in 2019 and improvement in ease of doing business, certain challenges remain. So, he is trying to say that because of the intellectual property regime or National IPR Policy 2016, there was an improvement seen in Global Innovation Index as well as ease of doing business. But still, certain challenges remain. So, he is trying to connect the policy part with the challenges part. What is he writing here? He is writing the challenges of Indian IPR policy. He is writing poor enforcement of Copyrights Act. You all must be aware of this, that the copyrights are not at all respected and there is piracy everywhere. Of movies, of music, of literature, of textbooks. So, everything which is copyrighted is not being protected. So, poor enforcement of copyrights is one of the challenges. Other than this, Section 3D of Indian Patent Act of 1970, which prevents evergreening of patents. What do you understand by evergreening of patents? It means that a small change in the chemical composition of a product is made, okay, only a small change is made so that the efficacy of the product against the problem remains the same, okay. That means it is only as efficient as the original product, but only because of the slight chemical modification they want to extend the patent for 20 more years or whatever is the time period for which patent is given. So, this is prevented under Section 3D of Indian Patents Act, which says that a slight modification which will not have major change in the efficacy will not be given patent, okay. So, it prevents evergreening of the patents, and this is responsible for rejecting patent to an anti-cancer drug, Glivec. Glivec is an anti-cancer drug, that is imatinib mesylate, which is used to treat leukemia, okay. This is produced by a company known as Novartis, and Novartis was denied patent for a slight modification that it made to this imatinib mesylate. This is known as evergreening of patents, and our Section 3D prevents evergreening of patents. Further, compulsory licensing. This is grant of permission by government to use a patented invention without the patent owner's consent in emergencies. For example, now we have corona like emergency, and suppose if a drug has been invented, even without the patent owner's consent, this drug can be used or can be permitted to be used by the government. This is known as compulsory licensing. This is in larger public interest. Okay, when we have larger public interest in mind, we are doing compulsory licensing so that public will be benefited, not just the patent owner. Okay, and then he is writing about data exclusivity. What do you understand by data exclusivity? Whenever any company is submitting its project for market approval. It wants to market its product, and for approval it is submitting the project along with all the data to the government. Okay, and when such data is used for commercial purposes, the companies are objecting to it. They want data exclusivity, that is their data should be used by them only, okay, at least for a limited time period. So lack of laws to protect data exclusivity. There are allegations that foreign investors' data given for market approval of product is used by commercial agencies. So that is the problem with data exclusivity. I hope you understood all the challenges which are there in Indian IPR policy. He writes further, because of all these challenges, technology transfers to India are facing a setback, and India has been placed in priority watch list of United States trade representative. This prevents some of the United States companies from investing in India. Okay, this is a watch list, which means that India has been downgraded for investments. Okay, so that is a problem. Also, we have discussed about the FTA negotiations which are going behind because of these challenges. He writes further, measures needed for improving IPR regime. Promoting innovation ecosystem in schools. This is for promoting innovation. He then writes, increasing awareness about intellectual property. Yes, as more awareness is created about intellectual property, the need for a stronger regime will also be there. Then he writes, legal mechanisms has to be strengthened for resolution of conflicts. And he then writes, balance is to be achieved between patent owners' rights and larger public interest. Compulsory licensing should be used in rarest of the rare cases. Though compulsory licensing is a problem in India's IPR regime, it is WTO approved, TRIPS compliant. Okay, compulsory licensing is not exclusive to India, it is TRIPS compliant. So it should be used in rarest of the rare cases, and I think in India compulsory licensing has been used only once. He further writes, strong intellectual property system has got a transformative potential for India. This is a good statement. He then writes, the gaps in IP laws and regulations have to be filled for the success of India's flagship programs like Make in India, Startup India, etc. So this is a conclusion he is trying to write here, and I think this is a good conclusion. He has written that intellectual property system has got transformative potential. Yes, it has got transformative potential, for it will create technology transfer to India. Also, the gaps, he just summarized what he has written, the measures. Okay, that is, the gaps in IP laws and regulations have to be filled for the success of some of the programs. I think it is a decent conclusion. If we analyze the entire answer as a whole, he has given a decent introduction defining what is IPR. Then he has addressed the subparts of the question in systematic manner. In India's IPR policy, he has written well what international organizations India is associated with, what treaties it is a member of, and also he has written about the Patent Act and National IPR policy. He then wrote some of the important challenges with IPR policy in India, and then because of these challenges, what are the problem, and then he has written the measures. So there is a transition from one part of the question to another part of the question in a smooth manner, but if you observe, he has exceeded the word limit as well as the number of pages. In UPSC, you will not be giving, you will be given specified space for writing your answers. You cannot go beyond this space. You will be given 2 pages for a 10-mark question. You have to write within 150 words. Though this is a good answer, he has exceeded the word limit, and that is not acceptable. And some of them have lost their marks because of exceeding the word limit also. Better be aware. Let us come to the end of our discussion for today. Before ending, let me give you the task for today. Kindly prepare a note of around 250 words for IPR related issues. A small note which is mentioning various issues associated with IPR regime in India. What are the international organizations and international treaties which deal with IPR? Make a small note, keep it ready for your mains preparation. Let us all meet again on Monday. Thank you.